Here with your daily neural nugget. Oh my god. So yeah, I am on the 15th document here that was dropped. That just dropped. There's 300 plus documents, guys. And if I come on here twice a day with my very tight schedule, it's a big deal. So if you have not watched today's first live, please go watch that, babe, because go watch that one first, I promise you, and then come back and watch this one, right? Hello, guys. Welcome back. Now, this is insane. How do we have somebody in these newly dropped documents that, it literally says that this person has knife wounds. They had cuts on their hands. There is proof that they went to the ER on 11/13 and they were not looked into. How is that possible? And please let me know in the chat, who do you think this AA person is? Again, although these documents have been dropped, so many names are redacted. So I want you to tell me who you think AA is. Now, if you guys want to follow along, I know a lot of you like to follow along on the reports. This is the 15th report that dropped. Now, there's 3 pages, and I'm gonna get to this because who is AA? I have heard of Adam. We just got here, babe. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the chat. Leave a like. Make sure you're hitting the thumbs up for real. There's a lot of work and energy that I do for free on top of my 2-day jobs. So please, he was cutting chicken. Yeah, okay, babe. But it's funny, right? Because we're like, well, you have knife cuts on your hand. I said it was Adam. But Adam, the only Adam, which Adam? Is it an Adam? There's AA. So that means that their last name is also Adam. And the Adam that I know is Adam Lauda. So that means that this is somebody else. Maybe it's not an Adam. It is an AA. I don't know who it is. By the way, these are my theories, my opinions only, because that's my disclaimer. And I want you guys to let me know, who do you think AA is? Now, let's get right into it. On 11/15/2022, at approximately 11:50 a.m., AA came into the substation to speak to me. From the get-go, why are you going directly to the police department? Why are you inserting yourself? Why are you, AA, inserting yourself into the investigation? Just magically wanting to clear your name? Why? Right? I was told by Corporal Payne, AA went to Gritman on 11/13/22 to seek medical care for cuts on his hands. This AA person, had cuts on their hand and went to a medical center on 11/13. On the day of the crime, right? On the day of the crime. I asked AA what happened to his hand. He stated that on 11/12 at around 8 p.m., he cut his hand attempting to cut chicken for a sandwich. All right, babe. All right. A sandwich. AA stated he was intoxicated, and when he was trying to cut the meat, his pocket knife slipped and cut his hand. A pocket knife. You're going to tell me that you were trying to cut chicken with a pocket knife and it just magically slipped. You're also telling me that you actually had your cut on 11/12 at 8 p.m., but you didn't go to the hospital. You didn't go to the clinic. You didn't go get medical care until 11/13 at 2 p.m. So you waited a day and a half to go get it checked. It's not sitting well with me. And what's interesting to me is that when Koberger said, I was driving as I usually drove, as I usually looked to stargaze, that's fucking suspicious, right? But here we have somebody with a wristband from the hospital at 2 p.m. on 11/13. Who, first of all, if you have this such severe knife cut on your hand, supposedly while you're cutting chicken, we're supposed to believe that, okay, magically you haven't cut your hand on 11/13. But again, if it was just mild cut, a slip of your pocket knife while you're cutting chicken, why would you feel that you needed to go insert yourself into this investigation on 11/15/2022? Now, this is where it gets more suspicious. Because he says, AA told me he lived at the house. It's blocked off. The laceration was on his right hand. How convenient. And if there's one thing we know is that most people who commit knife attacks, they end up getting injuries on their hand, especially their dominant hand, right? He sent me a photograph of the injury. Oh, so you had a photograph of the injury? You magically just took a picture or what? He sent me a photograph of the injury and I attached it to the case. I asked A if he knew any of the victims. He stated he had seen Ethan 2 times at parties, but did not know any of the females. Again, this is why it's so suspicious, because this person who claims that he, had these cuts on his hand from cutting chicken with a pocket knife that supposedly magically slipped, and it happened on 11/12, but you waited a day and a half to go get medical care till 11/13. And not only that, but now we are learning that you didn't even know these people. You had only seen Ethan 2 times at parties and you didn't know any of the females. Why are you inserting yourself into this investigation? Why are you inserting yourself into this investigation? He said he was the blacked out sister house was blacked out. He said it was a national standard, but he had friends from multiple sororities. AA ran me through his weekend from Saturday morning. He stated he slept in Saturday morning. Of course. 11/12/22, and he woke up around 9:30. AA said he went to the treehouse, which was a blank outhouse located at blank Taylor Avenue. He said he spent the whole day there watching the game. He said he left the treehouse at around 19:30 hours and went back to blank Elm Street. He said he was drinking all night and finally went to bed on 11/13/2022 at around 4 a.m. Interesting. You went to bed right after the crime was committed? Oh, because allegedly the crime took place allegedly from what we've been told, around 4 a.m. But here he's telling us I was in bed, I was sleeping at exactly 4 a.m. AA said he was with his friends, L blank, M blank, and C blank, K blank all night. A provided me M's phone number. Who's M? Who's A and who is M? I'm more concerned about AA because AA is looking sus as fudge right now. M said he and A were walking down the stairs at the blank house when A missed a step and fell into the window. M said at the time neither he or A saw any blood. M said A was cutting chicken and he saw the injury. According to M, A was extremely intoxicated and thought he cut his hand while cutting the chicken, but M believed he cut it on the glass. So again, here we have a contradiction already, right? A is saying, oh yeah, I cut my hands on a knife that slipped on chicken. And this other person, his friend, is saying, yeah, I don't think so. I think he actually cut it beforehand. He believes he cut it on this glass, when he tripped or whatever, but he doesn't really know. So this M person that saw A with the cut, he saw him with the cut already. He didn't see the cut happen, meaning he already had the cut. Do you know what this means? It looks like another botched investigation, another aspect of a botched investigation. A said he was willing to sign a consent form for medical records if we needed them. A said he could not remember if he cut his hand on the window or with the knife. Now, after they interview his friend, he's like, oh, actually, I don't remember. I actually don't know. Was it the glass? Was it the pocket knife? A said his friends told him to go to the hospital to make sure there was not glass in his hand. I went with A to the blank house. He showed me the window they found broken. I photographed the window and attached it to the case. Interesting. It doesn't sit well with me. We have a person here, knife injuries, that they were never looked into. They were literally never looked into. This makes me sick to my stomach. It makes me sick to my stomach. we have somebody with a literal cut on their right hand from a knife. And they're like, oh, he's telling you it's from a knife. He doesn't know any of the victims. He says he only saw Ethan twice. But then he magically went to the police station to say, oh, it wasn't me. Why do you need to go and rectify your name? Why do you need to go clear your name? Who is AA? Who is AA? Because I don't know who AA is. Who is AA? Please let me know in the chat if you know who AA is, because this is super sus, guys. Like, again, I feel like people are very upset at me. I had a very angry female, and I know people are like, why do you say female? You know, you must be a misogynist. I say female because I was in the military and we were called males and females. But I've had so many angry females who are like, why do you keep talking about this? It's Brian. It's Brian. I'm like, we don't know. Again, more of these documents are being released, and the more documents that we're going through, the more suspicious this entire investigation gets. We have this new document talking about AA having cuts on a hand from the knife, medical records indicating that there was a hospital visit on November 13th, and we're just gonna pretend that we don't see that. We're just gonna pretend like, no, let's just focus on Koberger because he looks a little weird. He's a little sus. He looks a little crazy. And he's gross, right? He's super weird. He's neurodivergent and he drives around at night and he's OCD. Ew, that's an awkward person. But this person with legit knife cuts on their hand that went to the freaking doctor on November 13th doesn't get looked into. The cops are like, oh yeah, we don't really know. Probably cut his hand on the glass. Who knows? Let's not look into him whatsoever. AA is not abrasion area in that report. AA is the name of somebody in this report. Please look at the report so you know what I'm talking about. This is not abrasion area. It's the name of a person. Who is AA? Tell me. I must need to know. And again, in the beginning, I was like, okay, the only person that I can think of a name that starts with A is Adam, but it's not Adam because Adam is last name is Lauda that I know of. There were two Adams, right? Weren't there two Adams? What's the last name of the other Adam? JR Nana Boomer says, stop running, you pesky chicken. Let me make you into a sandwich. And you know what's funny too? They misspelled sandwich. I'm like, bro, do the cops don't even know basic spelling. Again, just a small hint of how botched this investigation was. It can't even spell sandwich, right? I don't know how the kid got into college if he's using a pocket knife to cook in the kitchen. Because maybe he's just lying, allegedly, potentially, theorizing. Molly knows him. Molly knows him. Is that the M? The Molly meth that we're seeing in this same document where AA is mentioned? It looks like they knew each other, right? Looks like they knew each other. They cover each other because it could bring down an empire. Yeah, but the empire is going to come crashing down sooner or later. It's just a matter of time. These cops conduct the most shallow, hollow investigations I've ever seen. Zero follow-up questions, right? Like, talk about putting all your efforts into one random person. Tara Lynn Dawkins says, what is Olivia's married name? I don't know. But it's somebody, I think, I agree, it's probably somebody that knows an MM, right? Who knows MM? Nick says, on Molly First Police stop we saw, she says to Jimmy, is Aaron driving the Subaru? Is Aaron Gerson? But there's two AAs, meaning that the first and last name are both A's. So Aaron Gerson, is that what you spelled? Did you redact the message? Let me know. What do you guys think about this document? What do you guys think about this person having cuts on the hand from a knife with their friend contradicting them? The friend is saying, yeah, no, you didn't get cut cutting that chicken, babe. Maybe you got cut when you fell over that glass or something, but it wasn't the chicken. It wasn't the chicken. And then this AA person felt the need to go to Moscow PD and be like, oh my God, it wasn't me. I don't know the victims, but I just wanted to let you guys know, you know, I have a cut from a pocket knife from chicken. It slipped. It slipped. It's a little sus. If you think this is suspicious behavior, please leave a 1 in the comments and in the chat, both in the comments and in the chat to help support the channel. If you think this is just another coinky dink, this is just another coinky dink, it's another coincidence, leave it 2. So many coincidences. People are like, you're always saying so many coincidences. Yeah, because literally every video that we have, it's like another coincidence. I think we're up to, I don't know, like, 237 coincidences probably by now. I mean, it's a pattern for sure. So thank you guys for joining me in today's second live, and stay tuned because if I have enough time and my phone doesn't die, I'm actually going to do a third one. This last live that I'm about to do, I just want to do it separately to keep the topics separate. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind. Like, it just gets worse as more of these documents are released. So I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Mwah.